Hi, I wanted to provide you with some guidance regarding finding outside sources for the case assignment required in Principles of Management. So my goal in putting together this narrated PowerPoint or presentation, because we're going to look at a couple websites as well, is to help you locate and identify reliable, trustworthy industry information, understand when a citation would be needed, use the citations correctly, and know how to get more help if you need it. The best place to start is the RV Library website. As you can see, here's the address. When we go there, we're going to go into the database tab and look at a specific database called Business Source Elite. When we go online, I'm going to show you how to use Google Scholar as well. The nice thing about using a specific database like Business Source Elite is that it's a subset of the overall databases. So it is going to cut down on the number of articles that come up in a search, which makes it easy for you to narrow things down. All right, so some of the important things to remember as we go through these searches is coming up with keywords. Picking the right keywords is very important in doing a search. Combining keywords can give you an even better search and narrow it down. Getting 10,000 hits on a couple words isn't really helpful because it's just too broad. So thinking about your keywords. So in doing research for this case project, as you read the case, that'll give you some clues as to which words might be important to use. And keywords don't work the same as in Google. In Google, you might go and say, how do I fix, and you're typing in this question, and Google will figure out what it is you're trying to do. They have wonderful algorithms that can figure out what you're looking for, but in the databases through libraries, you have to be very specific. You can't ask the question. And then I'm going to show you how you can email the sources to yourself so that you have the source whether you use it or not, and you're not trying to find it later on. Okay, so let's go to the library website. On a previous screen, I had shown you the actual website for the library, but what we can do is when you're at the RV website, if you scroll down to the bottom, we can access a link. I'll have to bring it down here so you can see it. It's the LIB link right here, and that'll take us right to the library site. Okay, at the library site, let me just move this up so you can see it. One of the great things the library site has is this chat box that comes up. So there are librarians available. I'm going to hide this, but live help is available if you need it as you're searching for something and if you have any trouble. So now that we're at the library website, you're going to click on this databases tab, and then you're going to pick business. Let's see. We have to scroll down. Oops, Business Source Elite. And that'll bring us just to that database. So since we're looking, and we're choosing that because we are looking for a business source for our research. Okay, so the case that you'll be working on is regarding supermarkets and specifically Wegmans. So we can type Wegmans into the search box and see what comes up. Okay, we see, I only have a small box open here, but we can see that there are 790 hits on this. And as we scroll down, first we see Wegmans Food Market SWOT analysis, and hopefully everyone remembers what a SWOT analysis is. And as you'll see, the library doesn't have access to this article, which is surprising. We have a wonderful library. But if you click on this name, the title, it'll actually bring up another screen which gives you the abstract. And I urge you to just be curious and click on some things, and you can read this abstract and maybe get some more information. If we look at this, we see strengths include strong regional presence, weaknesses include product recalls, opportunities for improvement include increased demand for organic products. Well, that's kind of interesting. So that could be a trend that we could be looking at. So we can actually, even though we can't get this article, it might give us some breadcrumbs to some interesting things we can look for in other places. Okay, so we'll go back to our search, which gave us the 790, and we can, scroll through. And as you'll see, I don't know who this person is, but it's certainly not related to our search. The Wegmans Way, all right. One of the nice things about using Business Source Elite is that we know that all of these periodicals that will come up in here are going to be reputable. All right. When we go to look at Google Scholar, those tend to be reputable too, but if you just do a Google search, you might not necessarily get a reputable article. All right. Just looking here at where this is from Fortune magazine, so that would be a good one, but pay attention to dates. This is from 2005. We might not want to go that far back. So if you look over here on the left-hand side, we can, where is it? We can limit the date here. This is going from 1970 to 2015. So we can make it from 2010 to 2015, and it'll update for us, and then it'll get rid of some of those older articles. Okay, so now we're down to 215. And then you can go through and see which ones of these. Let's see, this is from December 2012, and this is from Market Watch talking about labor turnover. Wegmans 101. All right, so this is one way to look. Now, we only have one thing in the search box here, so we can add, let's add organic and see, and what we can do is you can put and, or you can just put the two words in, or you could even put Wegmans in one line and organic in another. It'll all work the same. And let's see what we get. All right, so now, keeping in mind that this search is limited in time and just has those two things, America's best, freshest supermarket. So it's a cover story out of Consumer Reports. That might be really interesting. Now you can read it, a full text version or the PDF. Clicking on the PDF brings us to this this nice article with color and pictures, and we can scroll down and see what's in here. Actually, this article is very interesting with lots of, there's some statistics towards the end. Some of the things, lowest overall, cheapest organics, best bakeries, cleanest, those kinds of things. And towards the end, they have, sorry if I'm making you dizzy with this, but they have a chart that rates the different supermarkets on freshness and breaks it down with product quality and all those different things. And now, so if this is an article that we find really interesting and we might want to use, if you go over here, as I said before, you want to email the sources to yourself. So if you click on the email icon, that way it's sent to you and it doesn't get lost if you forget to do it. So you would put your email address in here, and Wegmans, or we could say Consumer Reports so we don't forget. And what we also want to do is pick a format so that we have the citation as well. I guess out of the choices we have here, I would use MLA. I'd prefer a business one, but that's fine for now. So there's your citation format, and that's it. That way, you know what, 2 seconds, I've got it. I don't need to use it if it doesn't work for what I end up writing about, but at least I have it if I need it. Another source you can use, and I wanted to just show you, is Google Scholar. All right, so in Google, you can just type Google Scholar, and up comes, we'll go right to Google Scholar. And then you can do the same thing here. We can, you can see all the articles I've been searching for. Let's put in, let's try supermarket, Wegmans, and again, it's very similar to how we were doing it in the library database. All right. All right, something else I want to show you, and it's kind of cutting it off because of the screen size I have here, but as you can see over to the side, this is where you can find it, and sometimes there's a PDF attached, and sometimes it says, you know, here's a link where you can click and find it at RVCC. If you're using Google Scholar, you'd end up having to log into your library website just using your G number and your password in order to retrieve that. So this gave us 528 results. One of the other things, which I've already done because I do this all the time for my research, is if you click on this here, you can go to Settings. And I know this is a little crazy the way I'm doing this, but we'll go back over here. We want to find the library links. So if you click on library links, you can type in the library you want it to show you. So I have Raritan Valley here, and I also have Pace because I go to school there. And so anytime it's available at one of these colleges, it comes up in that right-hand column. Yeah, the right-hand column. Okay, so this is a little bit about strategic human resource management. Let's see. Yeah, we got an awful lot of stuff here. So some of the things you have to do is play with those keywords. We can look at, maybe we'll add organic in and see if that happens. Oh, emerging eco labels for food products. This is British Columbia. It's from 2000, so that's not really so emerging if that's so many years ago. So we might want to do the same thing in terms of, if we click, I'm looking for the advanced search. There's also an advanced search on this so that you can limit it by time and other things. All right, and to change the time, I got to just move this over so you can see it. We can say since, let's say 2011, and then we can see what's available since then. Organic in Buffalo. Again, here in Google Scholar, you got to be careful of your sources, but you can. It's another source, something you can consider. All right, I want to take you now to the internet to look at some industry websites. Now we're back to Google, and what we can do is we can check out the company website and see what they have to say. Now, when you're on a company website, usually the information, especially with a retail type place, you're usually going to search at the bottom of the page in order to find the about the company stuff. Okay, now that we're on Wegmans' site, we can just scroll down to the bottom and we can see, I'll have to move the box, we can see the About Us. So we can look under Careers, Diversity, for our employees. Actually, I think a lot of their stuff is actually, you have to log in. But there is information that can be found on this site about working for the company. Now let's look up this publication, Supermarket News. Hopefully you noticed I saw it when we were actually on the library site. I did see a reference to the site, and it's also mentioned as a citation in your case. So if you look on the bottom page of the PDF I sent, you'll see that Supermarket News is referenced. So there's issues and trends. So this is the industry magazine, which is, or the trade publication, that's relevant to supermarkets, and every industry has them. So under issues and trends, we can see health and wellness, sustainability, organic, natural, store formats. So you can look under different things, and I think you're going to find a wealth of information here as well. So let's get back to the PowerPoint so we can wrap up. We did look at the industry website, Supermarket News. We looked at Wegmans' website. If it was a public company, we would probably be able to find annual reports or investor relations, but Wegmans is privately held. Lastly, citations. What does it mean to cite? Well, if you have any information in there that's not widely known, for instance, if I say the earth is round, well, everyone knows the earth is round. I don't need to cite where I got that from. But if I'm talking about a statistic that 50% of people prefer organic food, I need to show where I got that from, and citations are important for a paper, obviously, but also when you're working. You want to be able to tell your boss where you got this information from. There are different styles that you can use, and as we did, we use the MLA for now. And the important thing is to remember we don't want to plagiarize. If the thought is not our own, we need to give credit for who had the thought or who did the work or where the information came from. You need to be able to put the information in your paper or wherever you're getting it from. It needs to be in your own words. That's how you avoid plagiarism. Yes, you can use quotes for things, but don't get in the habit of doing that for everything. If you need additional help, here's where you can get it.